The flu season is returning quicker than you may think.
The flu is not something to be underestimated. You still need to get vaccinated for it. It still causes people to get really sick if we don't get the vaccine, and it can kill people.
This morning, the CDC is recommending everyone 6 months and older get that flu shot.
Here is a reason why. The U.S. has already seen 23% more flu cases this year compared to last year. However, according to the Walgreens Flu Index, flu activity is still below normal pre-pandemic years. It also showed Nevada leads the U.S. in the number of flu cases this year, followed by Mississippi and, yes, our state. Walgreens officials said the higher flu activity nationwide may be a result of increased face-to-face interaction and the reduction in preventive measures in some regions. Dr. Salim Sarani joins us live to discuss the rising trend in flu cases. First of all, Dr. Sarani, good morning and thank you so much for being with us today again. Do you see us going into a bad influenza season?
Good morning, Barbie. Glad to be here. One of the things is we know that the flu kills a lot of patients nationally, especially in the extremes of the age. Last year we were very lucky because of the COVID. Everyone was physically distant. Everyone was very cautious. They were washing their hands, disinfecting surfaces, wearing the masks. So the number of the cases of the flu went down significantly. This year, as the things are opening up again, what we are seeing is already, this is very early in the season, we start seeing the number of the cases this year much higher than last year. It still is lower than the year before the pre-COVID area. But again, what we need to do is we have forgotten we are concentrating on a COVID vaccine, but we forgot that we do have a flu vaccine and we have been used to taking it for years and years to prevent the infection. The other important reason is that this year is that hospitals and healthcare systems have been really challenged, and they have a lot of burnout over there. You don't want extra cases to go in there because if you look at it, even last year, almost 380,000 admissions were for the flu and 20,000 deaths because of the flu, despite what we call was a very low flu year. This year, again, we are seeing a streak in the cases, especially in the Vegas area and some of the pockets. So that tells us we need to go ahead and get the vaccinations.
There are a few things that are different this flu season, including a flu vaccine. Well, all flu vaccines will be quadrivalent, meaning designed to protect against 4 different flu viruses. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, one of the things is a lot of the time we have a traveling vaccine. This time it's a quadrivalent. So it means it will attack against 2 of the influenza A and 2 of the influenza B virus. Normally what happens is we know that the flu viruses keeps on changing every year. So that's the reason they come up with that. What they do is they do the tracking in Australia where the winter comes before us. They see what the circulating variants are, and then they make the vaccine according to that. And also they take into the local factor what things may be prevalent, and then they go and try to make the best possible scenario to cover the variant. And sometimes you feel that it doesn't cover as well, but most of the time it does very well. It helps to, the main purpose of getting a flu vaccine is not that you get a mild flu. It's just like COVID. You want to prevent the severe illness, because once you are sick in the extremes of the age, you can end up in hospital and you can die. So that is one of the reasons to prevent. One question which everyone asks me with this COVID, can I take the flu vaccine if I've taken the COVID shot? Answer is yes. You can take the vaccine, both COVID and the flu shot at the same time, or if you have taken the flu shot and you can take COVID a few days later, or you have taken the COVID, you can take the flu shot anytime. So there is no barrier of the time, because what they realize that you still mount the antigenicity and antibody response based on the vaccine.
There's also one flu vaccine that has changed and is now approved for people 2 years and older, and that is called Flucelvax quadrivalent. So we're excited about that as well. Dr. Sarani, thank you so much for being with us today. We appreciate you as always. If you have a question for Dr. Sarani, please send your question to this number right here on your screen at 361-855-6397.